Welcome back everybody. Today we are testing the classic Columbia 300 Takedown. If you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Patreon. A big thank you to Jeff Miller and Ron Hoppy. Don't forget to check out Haley's Pro Shop in Burlington, Washington for world-class drilling and coaching. First impressions, the Columbia 300 Takedown still reminds me of what it was when it was released in 2013, a smooth benchmark piece. Alright, we're digging into the classic pile to turn out a review of the Columbia 300 Takedown. It's always interesting to see how older pieces with supposedly, quote, older technology operate under current conditions. Columbia 300 touted this back then as an all-arounder, and I would argue it still fits the bill on today's conditions, quite easily I might add. To be totally honest, this might as well be a current lineup ball. That typical versatile ball fits in the mid-control category. Cliche words that come to mind: control, predictability, arcing, etc. All the benchmark terms we typically hear, the Takedown pretty much exemplifies. It's a pearl, but with 503,000 grit out of box, it really feels smoother, with a pretty smooth and predictable response to friction. It doesn't jump or do anything strange. It doesn't really surprise you. You may think, oh, why would a pearl be a mid-control? But by now, you've seen me put balls like the Columbia 300 Chaos Black, Radical Squatch Hybrid, Motive Fatal Venom, etc. into that category. So the whole idea is putting a ball in there that is predictable, that you can take out and tell you what is happening with a condition. The Takedown has a somewhat numbing factor, kind of like lidocaine. I mean, essentially it takes the edge off of everything. So you hit friction and it responds, but coming on rather than, really sharply. Hit oil and it doesn't go just 60 feet. It tries to right itself smoothly, and that's a great place for a benchmark ball to be. Now, it may not always carry everything in sight, but no ball is a magic bullet. But I would take this type of ball reaction as a benchmark any day of the week. It's not allergic to oil, it's not allergic to dry. I had the Chaos Black on hand, which had been sitting in my benchmark slot for a period. Columbia 300 cores have always been benchmark type shape, big round ovals, which don't usually surprise bowlers in terms of ball reaction. I took the factory polish off as that was pretty skid flip. Took it down to 1,000, 3,000, let it lane shine, which is one of my favorite finishes in the mid-control slot on typical house shots. Anyway, the difference between the two is actually responsiveness. The Takedown is smoother at the end of the pattern. The Chaos Black is quicker to respond and straighten out. I also tested two-handed, and I have to say the Takedown felt even better of a benchmark two-handed versus one-handed. This is probably the first time using a ball two-handed where I felt like I can throw it anywhere and strike. As you know, I'm still developing the two-handed game, but when a ball feels this easy, I can see myself using it to continue the development. The smoothness of the Takedown coupled with the extra down lane motion generated from the rev rate just meant a wide open pocket. Strong response from out, smooth response from in. I can understand why people might be upset or jealous of how open a lane can feel for a two-hander. But all kidding aside, it was an absolute joy to throw. Compared to the Chaos Black, you can instantly see how much sharper the Chaos is. It just has that sharp and short transition, which feels downright flippy compared to the Takedown, and that's not ideal for me as a lefty two-hander. Alright, final thoughts. This was a fun little throwback. The Columbia 300 Takedown is still effective in modern conditions. I now look at my game with two lenses, a one-handed arsenal and two-handed arsenal. The Takedown is guaranteed mid-control ball in my two-handed bag. I'm not shy to throw an older ball. I mean, this is technically a freshly drilled ball, but all the better to show you what the quote old tech does on modern conditions. Hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time.